It's week 35 of A Year of Wisdom. Let's get to reading. Day 240. Job 38. Then Yahweh answered Job from the storm, and he said, "Who is this darkening counsel by words without knowledge? Prepare yourself for a difficult task like a man, and I will question you, and you shall declare to me. Where were you at my laying the foundation of the earth? Tell me if you possess understanding. Who determined its measurement? Yes, you do know. Or who stretched the measuring line upon it? On what were its bases sunk? Or who laid its cornerstone? When the morning stars were singing together and all the sons of God shouted for joy? Or who shut the sea in with doors at its bursting when it went out of the womb? At my making the clouds its garment and thick darkness its swaddling band. And I prescribed my rule for it, and I set bars and doors, and I said, you shall come up to here, but you shall not go further, and here it will set a boundary for your proud surging waves. Have you ever in your life commanded the morning? Have you made the dawn know its place, to take hold of the earth's skirts so that the wicked might be shaken off from it? It is changed like clay under a seal, and they appear like a garment, and their light is withheld from the wicked, and their uplifted arm is broken. Have you entered into the sea's sources, or have you walked around in the recesses of the deep? Have the gates of death been revealed to you? Or have you seen the gates of deep shadow? Have you considered closely the earth's vast expanse? Declare it, if you know all of it. Where then is the way where the light dwells? And where then is its place, that you may take it to its territory, and that you might discern the paths to its home? You know, for you were born then, and the number of your days is great. Have you entered into these storehouses of the snow, or have you seen the storehouses of the hail, which I have reserved for the time of trouble, for the day of battle and war? Where then is the way where the light is distributed, where he scatters the east wind upon the earth? Who has cut open a channel for the torrents and a way for the thunderbolts, to bring rain on a land where no one lives, a desert where no humans live, to satisfy desert and wasteland, and to cause the ground to put forth the rising of grass? Is there a father for the rain, or who fathered the drops of dew? From whose womb did the ice come forth, and who fathered the frost of heaven? Like stone the waters become hard, and the faces of the deep freeze. Can you bind the chains of the Pleiades, or can you loosen the cords of Orion? Can you lead forth the southern constellations at their appointed time? Or can you lead the bear with its children? Do you know heaven's statutes, or can you establish their rule on the earth? Can you lift up your voice to the clouds, so that a flood of water may cover you? Can you send forth lightnings, that they may go? And will they say to you, here we are? Who has put wisdom in the ibis, or who has given understanding to the rooster? Who can number the clouds with wisdom, or who can tilt heaven's jars at the flowing of the dust into a cast, and the clods cling together? Can you hunt prey for the lion? And can you satisfy the hunger of strong lions when they are crouched in the dens, when they lie in the thicket in an ambush? Who prepares for the crow its prey, when its young ones cry to God for help, and they wander around for lack of food? Proverbs 28. The wicked flee, but no one pursues, but the righteous is bold like a lion. By the rebellion of a land, her rulers increase, but by a person of intelligence who knows justice, it will last. A man who is poor and oppresses the impoverished is a beating rain that leaves no food. Those who forsake instruction will praise the wicked, but they who guard instruction will struggle against them. Men of evil do not understand justice, but seekers of Yahweh understand completely. Better to be poor and walking in one's integrity than to be crooked of ways when one is rich. He who keeps instruction is a child of understanding, but the companion of gluttons will shame his father. He who augments his wealth with interest and with usury gathers it for him who is kind to the poor. He who turns his ear from listening to instruction, even his prayer is an abomination. He who misleads the upright onto the way of evil, into his pits he will fall. But as for the blameless, they will inherit good. A man of wealth is wise in his own eyes, but the intelligent poor sees through him. When the righteous triumphs, great is the glory, but with the rising of the wicked, a person will be hidden. He who conceals his transgression will not prosper, but he who confesses and forsakes will obtain mercy. Happy is the person who fears continuously, but he who is stubborn of heart will fall into calamity. Like a roaring lion and a charging bear is a wicked ruler over a poor people. A ruler who lacks understanding is a cruel oppressor, but those who hate unjust gain will have long days. A person who is burdened with the blood of another, until death he will flee. Do not take hold of him. He who walks in integrity will be safe, but he who takes crooked paths will fall in one. He who tills his ground will have plenty bread, but he who follows fantasies will have plenty of poverty. A man of faithfulness has abundant blessings, but he who hurries to become rich will not go unpunished. Showing partiality is not good, and over a morsel of bread a strong man will do wrong. He who hurries for wealth is a man with an evil eye, but he does not know that poverty will come upon him. He who rebukes a person will afterward find more favor than he who flatters with the tongue. He who robs his father and his mother and says, "There is no crime," is partner to a man who corrupts. The greedy person will stir up strife, but he who trusts in Yahweh will be enriched. He who trusts in his own heart is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom will be saved. For he who gives to the poor there is no lacking, but for he who turns his eyes there are many curses. With the rising of the wicked, humankind will be hidden, and with their perishing, the righteous will multiply. And as always, thank you so much for being here today. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button right there and click the bell so you can get notifications for new videos. And if you wouldn't mind, hit that like button for me. And I will see you tomorrow. Maranatha.
I'm standing at the crossroads. I'm lost without a clue. I need a big pink neon sign to show me what to do. I thank you, Lord. It glorifies you when you're the only answer. I praise you, Lord, for holding what's too much for me. And I'm amazed by you, Lord, because nothing's too big and nothing's too small to lay at your feet.